Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. We are hot off the heels of the King of the Ring pay-per-view, and tonight we come to you live from Saginaw, Michigan. And as revealed last night at King of the Ring, we will be having two Fatal 4-Way matches, and the winners will go into the Extreme Trials match at Extreme Rules. Tonight we are going to be starting out with the first of these Fatal 4-Way matches, and we will end the night with one of those Fatal 4-Way matches. And as revealed tonight, the first match will be Rusev. Rusev, we know that he's had a very rough patch when it comes to the WWE Championship, because the first pay-per-view we had, WWE Backlash, he was in a losing effort in the main event against AJ Styles. And AJ Styles, I think it's going to be a little bit easier for Rusev to pick up the win here. But you gotta think though, Rusev has a history of winning Fatal 4-Way matches. I mean, that was the only reason he got into the WWE Championship match, because he won a Fatal 4-Way. And ladies and gentlemen, also revealed at Backlash, The Miz has signed two new superstars to the Miz Network. This one is Sami Zayn. And as you can see, Sami Zayn rocking the royal blue to represent his company, The Miz Network. I mean, Sami Zayn's definitely taken a strange career path by signing with The Miz. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And also later tonight, his fellow network members, Chad Gable and Brian Kendrick, will be in the Fatal 4-Way match later tonight against each other, along with Drew McIntyre and Eric Young. So, I don't know how that's going to go down, but Sami Zayn's all on his own tonight, as he doesn't really have anybody to help him out here. And we all know the history that Dolph Ziggler has. And also, Dolph Ziggler was attacked by Drew McIntyre at Backlash last night. After he slammed him into the TV, he had to get several first aid attempts backstage. I mean, Dolph Ziggler, a former Raw Tag Team title holder, along with Drew McIntyre, who will also be competing in a Fatal 4-Way here tonight. And you can't count out Ziggler either. I mean, he's a multiple-time world champion, so it's not an impossibility for him to, it's not impossible for him to somehow pick up the win here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, this man, Tommaso Ciampa, he got to the semi-finals of the King of the Ring tournament after he was defeated by the King of the Ring winner, Aleister Black. I mean, if you guys watched the King of the Ring pay-per-view, Aleister Black defeated Finn Balor and will now have a WWE title shot at Extreme Rules through SummerSlam. But as we heard from him, he wants to cash in on that immediately. But that's not the point right now. Tonight, right now, is the Fatal 4-Way, and the winner will go and compete with Noam Dar, Andrade Almas, Seth Rollins, and Buddy Murphy in the Extreme Trials match. And here we go. Here's a Fatal 4-Way. Sami Zayn. Oh, look at this. Rusev tossing Dolph Ziggler to the outside. Sami Zayn drops Tommaso Ciampa with a pump handle driver. And now we know what's happening here. Tommaso Ciampa going after Sami Zayn in the ring. Rusev attacking Dolph Ziggler on the outside. And look at this now, Sami Zayn fighting back. Oh, Rusev just tossing Dolph Ziggler onto the steel. That was not a good idea. And look at this, Dolph counters right back, countering the belly-to-belly suplex, and Dolph Ziggler makes his way back into the ring. And look at this, it's Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, that had to hurt. And now Dolph Ziggler has Tommaso Ciampa drops him with a DDT. And look at this now. Look at this. Now it's just a huge mosh pit in the ring. And no, oh no. And look at this now. Dolph Ziggler hits the Russian leg sweep. And Sami Zayn now has Tommaso Ciampa. Or no, Ciampa. And Dolph Ziggler elbow drop. And Tommaso Ciampa pushing Sami Zayn into the corner. I mean, this match has a lot on the line. I mean, they could make history. And look at this, Tommaso Ciampa rolling up Dolph Ziggler. Rusev breaks up the pinfall. This match has a huge opportunity for anybody. I mean, they could potentially win the first ever Extreme Trials match. And look at this, Dolph Ziggler hit him with the Northern Lights suplex. Now Rusev, just like how the match began, is going to attack Dolph Ziggler on the outside, and Sami Zayn's going to fight Tommaso on the inside. And Sami Zayn, look at this. Oh! And look, what is Tommaso doing? Look at this, Tommaso tripping Sami Zayn down. Rusev hits the Machka kick on Dolph Ziggler. And Rusev, look at that, bullplex on the outside, dropping him right down on the steel. And look at Sami Zayn attacking Tommaso. Oh no, Tommaso rolls out of the way. Oh, look at this, Tommaso. Oh, huge knee strike to the face. Sami Zayn rolls onto the apron to avoid any more damage. But look at this, Tommaso Ciampa and Dolph Ziggler are working together. Look at this, double suplex to Rusev, using their combined strength to their advantage. And oh no, Tommaso Ciampa, DDT, no. Look at this, Northern Lights suplex, and Dolph Ziggler breaks it up. Oh no, Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler are fighting in the middle of the ring. They are the only two up. And look at this now, Sami Zayn has Dolph Ziggler. Oh! Counters with a jawbreaker. And what is Dolph Ziggler doing? Oh! Huge clothesline, knocking Rusev right down. Is Tommaso Ciampa going to be... Oh, Tommaso! Or rather, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler hits him with a famouser into the pinfall. Tommaso tried to break it up. Can he somehow get it? And look at this, Tommaso has Sami Zayn up into an air raid siren. And what is he doing? Look at this, Dolph Ziggler on the top. Look at that, drop kick from the second rope. And Tommaso, elbow drop from the top. And Tommaso is going to roll into the pinfall, taking control of Dolph Ziggler, of his work. I mean, Dolph Ziggler and Tommaso definitely worked together on Rusev there. And now Dolph Ziggler has Tommaso Ciampa, drops him down for a snake eyes. Now see, all of these men, they could have a potential opportunity. Tommaso Ciampa was so close to an Intercontinental title shot. But, you know, he lost to Aleister Black. And look at this now. Speaking of Tommaso Ciampa, just a huge slap at Dolph Ziggler allows Dolph Ziggler to the outside. Tommaso, look at this, through the suicide. Through with the suicide dive. And now Rusev and Sami Zayn are gonna fight. On the outside. Oh, look at this. Sami just returning with huge strike. Oh no, Sami. Look at that, returning with elbows to the face. And what's Sami doing? Look at this. Sami tilts a whirl into the small package. And now Tommaso Ciampa on the apron. What is he gonna do here? Tommaso going to the top rope. Sami Zayn tosses Rusev to the side. Missile drop kick from the top rope. I don't think Tommaso notices, or Sami Zayn notices that Tommaso is in the ring. Now he does. Look at that double team. I guess you could say that was a double team from Tommaso and Sami. Tommaso Ciampa throws himself to the outside with a corkscrew. Oh no, now Rusev just tossing Tommaso into the ring as if he was nothing. And oh, now Tommaso's fighting back. And a little backstory on these two. Tommaso Ciampa actually defeated Rusev in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. So Rusev looks to get a little bit of a, I guess, a revenge for him to, you know, pin Tommaso and get the opportunity that he was meant to get. And now Sami Zayn delivering the perfect 10s in the corner. But Tommaso Ciampa rolling into the bridging Fujiwara armbar. Tommaso, he's got it. He's got it locked in. Tommaso Ciampa could have Dolph Ziggler at the tap here. Sami Zayn just looks on. And look at this now. Dolph Ziggler rolling Tommaso Ciampa out of it. And Sami Zayn with a drop kick to the head of Tommaso Ciampa. And with Dolph Ziggler dropping Sami Zayn with a German suplex in the middle of the ring. Referee, shoulders are down, but Sami Zayn able to roll out of it. And now Tommaso is on the outside. Rusev is on the outside. Dolph Ziggler tuning up the band. Can he get it here? Sweet chin music to Sami Zayn. Into the pin. Look at this. 1, 2, and no! Either Tommaso Ciampa broke up the pin or Sami Zayn kicked out, but either way, the match still goes on. Rusev tossing Tommaso to the outside as Dolph Ziggler drops Sami Zayn with a crouching DDT. What is gonna happen here? Oh, Dolph Ziggler and Rusev, they're just both attacking. They're just both attacking. They're both attacking Tommaso Ciampa on the outside as Tommaso thrown back into the ring. Is he going to be able to put away? And look at this now, Tommaso Ciampa, huge enziguri. Tommaso Ciampa now has Dolph Ziggler right in the middle of the ring. Try to hit him with the knee strike. And look at this now, Dolph Ziggler, huge forearm strike, and there's the famouser. Rusev looks to take control. Sami Zayn is down. What does he do? Oh, tried to go for an Alabama slam. Dolph Ziggler reverses. And Ziggler drops him with a neck breaker. Now Dolph Ziggler and Rusev are the only ones up. And look at this now. Rusev has Dolph Ziggler up on his shoulder. Ziggler counters. Reverse DDT. Reverse DDT. And now Dolph Ziggler, he's gonna tune up the band. It looks like Dolph Ziggler could be in for the kill. Is he gonna load it up? Super kick, sweet chin music. And look at this now, Tommaso Ciampa, after the super kick, clothesline into the corner. Dolph Ziggler and Rusev are down. Wait a minute, it's Tommaso. Tommaso looks to steal the victory. And look at this, 1, 2, 3. Tommaso Ciampa is going to Extreme Rules. Tommaso Ciampa taking advantage of Dolph Ziggler's work after the sweet chin music. He now wins and will go to Extreme Rules as part of the Extreme Trials match. And there is the It looks like Jason Jordan wants to join the Miz Network. And it looks like Pete Dunne, as he won his match with Sami Zayn last week, will get to defend his United Kingdom title at Extreme Rules. But I don't know who. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move it on to some Raw Tag Team action, as the B-Team's own Bo Dallas will be going one-on-one with one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, Curt Hawkins. And Curt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, they picked up the victory last week against Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. After Bray Wyatt abandoned Matt Hardy, and we haven't seen Matt Hardy ever since. And Bray Wyatt, he went on to Smackdown, I believe, as after the Smackdown Tag Team title match, hit Dash Wilder with a Sister Abigail and tossed Scott Dawson to the outside. So it looks like we're not going to see a rematch anytime soon. But Curt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, they've adopted this new, like, just look at them. They've definitely adopted this new look, you know, just because they have the new tag team champions. And Curt Hawkins, he will be going one-on-one with Bo Dallas here tonight. And, you know, we got to think about what's going to be, you know, how is the Raw Tag Team title going to be going into Extreme Rules? Because there's not many ways you can make a tag team match extreme, in my opinion. And we already have a 6-woman tables match and the Extreme Trials match, so, and every match at Extreme Rules is going to be stipulated. None is going to be normal. And look at this, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel locking up in the middle of the ring. Curt Hawkins rather. Curt Hawkins has Bo Dallas by the arm, just wrenching the arm. And, you know, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, they definitely deserve a title shot. After all the BS that we've put them through, they definitely try to deserve it. So imagine if Bo Dallas can pick up the win against Curt Hawkins. If Curt Hawkins, you know, can be put away by Bo Dallas, this would lead one step further into them becoming Raw Tag Team Champions, as Curt Hawkins drops him down with an upside down frown. And Curtis Axel just watching on as Bo Dallas is getting, oh no, Dallas tossing Hawkins over his head. And Bo Dallas now has Curt Hawkins on the outside. Zack Ryder just watches on. You know, it's going to be hard for, you know, Zack Ryder. It's kind of hard to imagine that Hawkins and Ryder are the Raw Tag Team Champions. I mean, in my opinion, I'm still trying to get used to the fact that, you know, they're leading the Raw Tag Division. And they both go back into the ring. The count has been broken. And Curt Hawkins now has Dallas in the middle of the ring, drops him with a neck breaker. And Curtis Axel can only watch on as Bo Dallas is trying to get onto the defensive. And Hawkins now, look at this, slamming Bo Dallas's head into the corner. Oh no, Bo Dallas counters and just slams Hawkins' head into the corner. I mean, he's definitely trying to get back on the offensive. Oh, power slam from Bo Dallas. Now Bo Dallas has Hawkins into the corner. What is he going to attempt here? Bo Dallas putting Curt Hawkins on the top rope. What is Bo Dallas going to do here? Oh no. Look at this, Bo Dallas from the top rope. Bo Dallas with a butterfly suplex from the top rope. God, that might have put away Curtis Axel for good. Hawkins trying to get his 1 and 2s together. But try to go for another. And Hawkins is just going to fight back as usual. And Hawkins tossing Bo Dallas into the corner. I mean, Curt Hawkins is definitely on that. Wait, what the? That's Alexander Wolf of Sanity, and Baron Corbin's going after Zack Ryder. And here's Eric Young. The match is going to end in disqualification. Eric Young, Sanity, they are attacking Hawkins and Ryder in the B team. As Alexander Wolf drops Curtis Axel and Baron Corbin with the end of days on the outside to Zack Ryder. I don't know what to. Wait a minute. Wait. I know that music. Oh my God. That's Chris Jericho and Cassius Ohno. What are they doing here? Chris Jericho, look at this, Baron Corbin and Alexander Wolf making their way to attack Axel. And Chris Jericho with a drop kick to the back of the head. Cassius Ohno, Baron Corbin, and now Chris Jericho attacking Alexander Wolf. Cassius Ohno There's the KO, knocking Baron Corbin down, and there's a code breaker from Chris Jericho. Well, it looks like Chris Jericho and Cassius Ohno know what they're going after. And ladies and gentlemen, as announced, later tonight, so next week, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan will go one-on-one. And if Jordan wins, he can join the Miz Network next week. I mean, former American Alpha team members. That would be a test of wits. And ladies and gentlemen, the It Factor, the glorious one, Bobby Roode, is here to make a statement. After his losing effort against AJ Styles at Backlash last night, what does he have to say for himself? I mean, Bobby Roode tapped out to the Calf Crusher. Well, Bobby Roode making a proclamation against AJ Styles again for the WWE Championship. And Bobby Roode, oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, the King of the Ring winner, Aleister Black, is here. But what does he have to say? Aleister Black, he won the King of the Ring last night against Finn Balor and will be able to challenge for the WWE title at any time between Extreme Rules and SummerSlam. And we saw that he wanted to challenge for the WWE title immediately. So this may be a reason to why Aleister Black is out here. Let's see what he has to say for himself. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Aleister Black is invoking his match for the WWE Championship at Extreme Rules. Well, I don't think that was advice from Bobby Roode. I think that was a threat. I mean, considering that Bobby Roode is, he's known for being very dirty. And ladies and gentlemen, next week we will see the former Raw Tag Team Champions, Drew McIntyre, will take on Dolph Ziggler one-on-one. After, them turning on each other. After Drew McIntyre turned on Dolph Ziggler, Ziggler wanted to get revenge. And we will see that next week. But right now, this is our main event. The Fatal 4-Way. The final Fatal 4-Way for entry into the Extreme Trials match is right now. And ladies and gentlemen, this man represents the Miz Network along with Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. Brian Kendrick, he was the first person to join the Miz Network. Last week on Raw, we saw him. If it was either last week or 2 weeks ago, I can't remember. But The Miz well, The Miz basically turned on... The Miz gave Jack Gallagher a match, and it didn't take that long to realize who was going to win. The Miz defeated Jack Gallagher and started attacking him after the match, but Brian Kendrick came out to what looked like to save Jack, but Kendrick just attacks Jack Gallagher, and then later in the night he said, I want to join the Miz Network. I want to be the next big thing. And ladies and gentlemen, this man, he is not... We saw him earlier tonight in the Raw Tag Team match. He attacked Bo Dallas and Curt Hawkins. So Sanity looks to get a Raw Tag Team title match at Extreme Rules, but Eric Young could potentially get an Intercontinental Championship match he's riding solo tonight. Baron Corbin and Alexander Wolf are not at ringside. I mean, when Chris Jericho and Cassius Ohno came out of nowhere and started attacking Sanity, Eric Young booked it to the back because he knew he had this match here tonight. He knew that if he was going to be on the offensive, he had to save himself somehow, some way. So now Eric Young looks to take out anyone in his way, and that will be tonight Drew McIntyre, Chad Gable, and Brian Kendrick. I mean, all of these men have potential in them. All of these men never held the WWE Championship, never held an Intercontinental. Well, Drew McIntyre's held the Intercontinental Championship, and Brian Kendrick's a former Cruiserweight champion. But, you know, it's just, all of these men have potential, and I don't think we're going to pass up on any of that. I mean, the Extreme Trials match in and of itself is an amazing concept, and it's a great way to show new stars. And speaking of the Extreme Trials match, you gotta think, like, this is a lot for Seth Rollins. Rollins is gonna have to go through potentially 5 superstars to hold that Intercontinental Championship. And ladies and gentlemen, this man, Chad Gable, joined the Miz Network, and it looks like it's done a lot for him, as he has dropped the American Alpha, and he has joined the Royal Blue. He is ready, willing, and Gable. And now, you gotta think though, Chad Gable and Brian Kendrick, they are both a part of the Miz Network. Do they know that it's nothing personal, it's just business? Like, they know it's gonna be competitive, it's gonna be back and forth. But I just want to know, do they think that they're just gonna be tag team the whole time? Because believe it or not, it's gonna end up being Kendrick versus Gable in this match. I mean, Eric Young and Drew McIntyre, they definitely have some history. But, you know, they could potentially just watch them fight while Kendrick and Gable will just sit back and just wait for their opportunity to get for the pinfall. And ladies and gentlemen, as announced a couple minutes ago, Drew McIntyre will go one-on-one with Dolph Ziggler next week on Monday Night Raw, along with Chad Gable versus Jason Jordan. But right now, Drew McIntyre has an opportunity for the Intercontinental title. And see, Drew McIntyre, we've seen him hold gold in Universe mode. Believe it or not, it was only for 2 weeks, and Dolph Ziggler was pinned, and that's the reason why they lost the titles, according to him. But, you know, he hasn't shined as a singles competitor, and I think that's what he wants to prove. He wants to prove that he doesn't need anybody else. He doesn't want anybody else. He doesn't need anyone to get the Raw, to get any kind of championship. Not just the Raw, not just the Intercontinental, not just the Raw Tag Team titles, not even the WWE title, or potentially the United Kingdom title. But, you know, Drew, we know how sadistic Drew is. We know how how much damage he can do in a ring. So, like, you gotta think, what is he gonna do to topple through 3 men? I mean, Drew is just a mountain of a man. He is, if I believe he's 6'5", if I'm correct. I may be wrong, or, you know, shifting the numbers a little bit, but you know, Drew McIntyre, Kendrick, Gable, and Young, all in the ring at the same time. And here we go, the match is underway. Drew McIntyre and Eric Young already going at it. Eric Young tossing Drew McIntyre to the outside, and now Kendrick's going to take control. Eric Young drops him with a DDT, and it looks like Chad Gable, oh no, Chad Gable immediately hits Brian Kendrick with the prawn hold, and Brian Kendrick rolls out of it. Kendrick not really surprised that, you know, Gable was going to do it this quickly, because, oh, look at this, Gable and Kendrick now. Oh, look at this, they're just, remember what I said? They're just going to watch back as McIntyre and Young are just going to kick each other's asses. But, oh, now Gable going after Eric Young. Look at this, back wheel trip, lands on his feet into a back suplex. Brian Kendrick hits Drew McIntyre with a Hurricane Rana. See, now Brian Kendrick and Chad Gable, they are both going after their opponents in the ring so that it would only be them two. And Gable, look at this. Oh, look at that. Brian Kendrick whipping Drew McIntyre off of the ropes. Nearly landed on Chad Gable, mind you, but I don't think that was intentional. And now Chad Gable on the second rope. And Brian Kendrick on the second rope as well. Tried to go for axe handle. And Brian Kendrick hits Drew McIntyre with a missile drop kick from the second rope, nearly knocking him out of his freaking boots. And Chad Gable just got hit, almost got hit with an atomic drop. Gable's gonna fight back. Look at this, Gable dropping Eric Young down with a Northern Lights suplex. Chad Gable and Eric Young, they are, oh no, look at this now, Gable once again with a Northern Lights suplex. Drew McIntyre has his size set on Eric Young, but Gable, look at that beautiful strength, drops Drew McIntyre down. Drops Drew McIntyre down with a huge body slam, using all of the strength he can muster. You gotta cut out the highlight reel part. And now Eric Young has Chad Gable in his position. Now Eric Young and Drew McIntyre look to double team the Miz Network. And look at this, Eric Young counters with a Northern Lights suplex. Drew McIntyre breaks up the pinfall. Gable on the outside, Kendrick on the other. And now Drew McIntyre, look at this, fighting Eric Young in the corner. Oh! Single leg dropkick to the face of Brian Kendrick. Eric Young is going to attack him, but Gable to the top rope. Look at this. Eric Young. Oh! Drew McIntyre got in the way, got caught in the face with a cross body from Chad Gable. Oh, and now Chad Gable is attacking Brian Kendrick. See, remember, they're not going to... This isn't anything, you know, personal. They just want to... Oh, they just want to secure their spot in the Extreme Trials match, as they could be one step further to being Intercontinental Champion. And now Chad Gable drops Eric Young with a picture-perfect drop kick. And now Gable has McIntyre. What is he gonna do here? Gable into an armbar. Brian Kendrick is down. Look at this. And Kendrick breaks it up, allowing McIntyre to roll out of it. But Kendrick now has... Oh, looked like he was gonna roll him up for either a snap suplex or a small package driver. But Eric Young, he's on the outside. And here we go, he runs back into the ring. The crowd are on their feet here tonight. And Eric Young, look at this, tossing Drew McIntyre to the outside. And this is going to allow, or well, it looks like Eric Young wants to get a little piece of Drew McIntyre, but McIntyre just tosses him back in the ring. Now Brian Kendrick and Chad Gable are going at it. And look at this, Gable drops Kendrick with a leg drop. McIntyre has Eric Young on his shoulder. What is he going to do here? Drops him with a snake eyes in the corner. And now Gable, look at this. Oh, back wheel trip. Going for a back suplex. But Brian Kendrick lands on his feet as well. There's an Irish whip into the corner. Or no, not in the corner, rather onto the apron. Kendrick has Gable flat on the apron. Drops him with a Hangman's DDT. Drew McIntyre and Kendrick on the offensive against Gable. And Young. And look at this now. Brian Kendrick and Drew McIntyre working together for a moment as Brian Kendrick drops him with a super kick. Look at this. Eric Young. Pile driver in the middle of the ring. And look at this now. Eric Young. Look at this. 2. And Gable breaks up the pin before Eric Young could get the 1, 2, 3. And now Chad Gable, attacked with the knee. And Eric Young drops him with a drop kick of his own. Look at this, Eric Young just talking trash to Chad Gable. And Drew McIntyre making his way back into the ring, if he can. And yep, there we go. He's back into the ring. Gable's going to attack Eric Young. Drops him on the top rope. And now McIntyre has Kendrick right where he wants him. What is he doing here? Look at this. Tried to go for a hammerlock back suplex. And look at this now. Chad Gable getting a little bit of revenge using those chops with Drew McIntyre. And now Drew McIntyre has Kendrick up. Reverse DDT. And now Gable has McIntyre right where he wants him. It's just McIntyre and Gable in the middle of the ring now. And look at this now. Chad Gable has McIntyre. What is he going to be doing here? And no, into the corner has McIntyre. What is he going? Oh no, look at this. And look at this. O'Connor roll into the German. And Eric Young breaks up the pin even before he hit the 2. Eric Young had eagle vision there. Eric Young raking the eyes of Chad Gable. It's all legal, folks. No disqualifications in a fatal 4-way match. And it looks like Gable and Kendrick are gonna help out each other, but no, Eric Young tossing Chad Gable to the outside. And Kendrick, look at this. Tried to drop him with a DDT. Eric Young counters into a suplex, and there's a kick out from Brian Kendrick. What is McIntyre trying to do here, though? McIntyre, he's feeling the crowd. He's trying to get back on the offensive. Eric Young, look at this, has Kendrick into the deadly driver. That's a prelude to that wheelbarrow neck breaker, and Eric Young into the pinfall. McIntyre making his way back into the ring. Brian Kendrick kicks out before McIntyre could even do anything. And look at this now. Chad Gable, top rope. Better watch out, McIntyre. Did he counter it? Oh my god. It looked like a drop kick to the back of Eric Young's neck. And look at this now. McIntyre has Eric Young for a pile driver of his own. Insult to injury there from Drew McIntyre to Eric Young. And now McIntyre loading it up for the Claymore. No, Brian Kendrick moves out of the way before... but Drew McIntyre quickly back on the offensive. And now McIntyre has him. Drops him for a huge DDT. Almost on the turnbuckle. And Brian Kendrick trying to go for a sliced bread. But Drew McIntyre and Brian Kendrick just back and forth with the reversals. And look at this, Gable and Kendrick are going to help each other out. Double Russian leg sweep. McIntyre goes down. It looks like they want to take out the big man, along with what we saw Dolph Ziggler and Tommaso Ciampa do with Rusev earlier. Beautiful teamwork from Kendrick and Kendrick and Gable rather. But now that teamwork's going to be thrown aside, as now both of them are down. Gable's going to take control of Brian Kendrick now. Look at this, into the corner. No, Brian Kendrick moves out of the way. Out of the corner. Eric Young, he's trying to find a way. Oh no, Eric Young, stomps on the head of Drew McIntyre. And look at this now, what's Eric Young gonna do here? Look at this, Eric Young loading it up. Is he gonna drop him with it? Pile driver. Eric Young hits the pile driver on Drew McIntyre, but there's a Claymore almost on Eric Young from Brian Kendrick. And now Kendrick's gonna roll up Gable in the middle of the ring. Can he get it here? There's one. No. Chad Gable gets it up. McIntyre's down in the middle of the ring after that pile driver, and Kendrick hit Eric Young with a Claymore, so I don't think it's going to be enough to take him out. What is Kendrick thinking here? And look at this. Oh my god. McIntyre breaking up. Kendrick setting Chad Gable on the top of the ring. Chad Gable just goes face first off of what Brian Kendrick tried to attempt to do. But now Chad Gable realizes that Brian Kendrick is down, and Eric Young rolls back into the ring. What is he going to do here? And look at this, try to go for a suplex. Kendrick counters, drop kick. And now Eric Young, I don't think Kendrick notices that Eric Young's in the middle of the ring. And look at this, Eric Young, hit with a huge pullback into what looked like a leg lariat. And look at this now, Kendrick tossing Eric Young to the outside. There he goes. And now Drew McIntyre and Eric Young are on the outside. Brian Kendrick and Chad Gable are the only ones in. Oh no, Gable, he was ready, tosses him back into the arm drag. That just tossed Brian Kendrick straight down. But oh no, this is not good. Drew McIntyre. Oh no, Drew McIntyre, he looks to get a little bit of revenge on Eric Young, stomping him on the back of the ankle. And now Drew McIntyre tossing Eric Young into the ring post. And as Drew McIntyre is laying waste to Young, Brian Kendrick has Chad Gable up. What is he going to do here? What is Kendrick thinking? Has him by the throat. Oh! God. Captain's hook from the top rope. That could have put away Gable right away. And I don't think McIntyre notices. Brian Kendrick into the pinfall. Look at this. 2. And oh! No, wait, what? Drew McIntyre dropped Eric Young onto Brian Kendrick after the pinfall, but the referee still allowed the pinfall for Brian Kendrick to pick up the victory. So it looks like Brian Kendrick is going to go to Extreme Rules in the Extreme Trials match. And I would like to see you guys next week on Monday Night Raw. I'll see you guys next time.